Hello friends, Christian here with BrickLifeCrisis. This channel is recommended for adult fans of LEGO and teen fans of LEGO. If you are younger than the age of 13, you're welcome to watch, but first, get your parents' permission. Hello friends, Christian here with BrickLifeCrisis again, and today we're taking a look at another Mega Construx Masters of the Universe set. This is the Battle Ram, consisting of 188 pieces, including 2 micro action figures. It's recommended for ages 8 and up, and is part of their Pro Builders line. This set includes Tri-klops and Mekaneck. Let's open it up, build it up, and see what we think. And taking a look at the back of the box, you get another perspective of what this thing is. Interestingly, on the back, sides, and front, there are no photographs of the set, just computer renderings and paintings. Let's see what it actually looks like. Alright, so inside the box we have our manual, 3 small and 1 large bag of parts, and then a couple of bags with pre-assembled figures inside. Interesting. Alright, here it is, the Battle Ram, including Tri-klops and Mekaneck. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the figures, and then the Battle Ram. This is Tri-klops. He was from the second or third wave of Masters of the Universe figures back in the 80s, if I remember correctly. As I mentioned in previous Masters of the Universe videos, I did not collect Masters of the Universe, but my younger brother Cameron did, and he had this figure. This figure is kind of unique in that you could turn the top of his head and change his eyes, and I don't remember exactly what the lore was, but each eye had some different special power, being able to see long range or x-ray vision or that kind of thing. So that's where that comes from. He's got some nice green armor and a typical muscly body. He's got a couple of spiked bracelets, and he has kind of a unique sword that's kind of cool. Let's take a look at that. As you can see, he's got kind of an interesting handle on that sword. So it looks kind of like a power sword, but not quite. Here's a look at the back of the figure, and of course he includes this kind of terrain piece for a figure stand, but a pretty good figure overall, I think, and I do like the sword quite a bit. And this is Mekaneck. Mekaneck is interesting because he has this very long mechanical neck, hence the name, that allowed him to kind of use his head as a periscope, and he's got some crazy goggles on his helmet. The original figure, if I remember correctly, was ratcheted so that you could make the neck kind of ratchet up. This, however, uses 2 customized pieces to expand on the neck. So these are those neck pieces. They're special molds, and they just have ball joints on them. You can connect them this way. You can insert either 1 or 2 to extend the length of his neck. And here he is with just 1 of those inserted. And here he is with no neck extension. He has some kind of interesting body armor in the red and silver. He has some of these blue spiked bracelets, silver boots, and he has this kind of unique club weapon that's hollow on the top, but that's fairly faithful to the original as well. Overall, not a bad figure. Kind of an interesting character with the neck extensions, but anyway, that is Mekaneck. And this is the Battle Ram. This being a Mega Construx set does not use any stickers. All of these decorated elements that you see, like at the nose of the unit, the detail on the side, paint application there, all of those are prints, including on the weapon up here. So that's kind of a cool thing that I appreciate about Mega Construx. This vehicle has a seat for just 1 figure, a driver, and in theory you could have another figure standing back here perhaps to operate the gun. I think this might also be a trailer hitch for a future expansion thing. I don't know, to be honest. There are a couple of extra bolts for the bolt shooter, and that is this guy. There's another bolt in there. If we press down on this lever, and the bolt shoots across the room, and yeah, pretty cool. Up front is kind of an interesting piece of detail. These are some customized pieces. There's like a laser cannon underneath this dragon head, but that dragon head can come off And with that removed, you can then replace it with this kind of cougar head, which gives it a little bit of a different look. Interesting. I don't remember that in the original or in the cartoon. It was probably there, otherwise I don't know why Mega would have done it, but kind of interesting. I do appreciate the detail there on these prints with the kind of dragon type decoration on the front and on the back, and then of course the detail up there and a little bit up there on the weapon. Kind of cool. Not a bad vehicle. One of the gimmicks about this particular vehicle is that the front can come off and it becomes a little skiff. You can kind of scoot around in, and then this is its own piece of artillery, and you can float around, so you can have this vehicle separate and become two separate vehicles, which is kind of cool as well. So this set didn't come with any spare pieces per se. However, as I mentioned, it did have the dragon head and the cougar head that you could interchange if you wish. But it also came with these two plates, and you'll notice these are in a kind of a lime green color rather than the forest green that the rest of the build is. And that's because during one of the early steps, you put these two together like this, and they are a temporary piece to hold everything else together at the bottom of the vehicle. And then once you come near the end, you remove these and they just become spares. Kind of interesting. So it's a little bit difficult to get actual retail information about Mega Construx because there is no equivalent that I'm aware of BrickLink or BrickSet or anything like that. I purchased this through Amazon, and the current Amazon listing price is $19.99. I think at the time that I first saw it, it was listed at $24.99. I bought it for $16.99. So the price can vary, so if you're interested in this, just be aware of that. But it's pretty cool. This is the Battle Ram and Sky Sled, along with Tri-klops and Mekaneck. Not a bad set. And if you can get it for 20 bucks or less, I think you're doing okay. Anyway, that's about it for this one. This has been Christian with BrickLifeCrisis. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave us a like. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those below. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye for now.